Oh my gosh, you just caught me at the right time. Hello YouTube, hello Earthlings. It is I, BretmanRock, singer, songwriter, actor, athlete, activist, a scientist on the side. And today we are celebrating Earth Day with none other than Miss YouTube herself. Thank you so much YouTube for having me participate in your new campaign called Non-Fungible Planet. That is NFP, if you may. Which celebrates the one-of-a-kind planet that we call home, or in Hawaiian, home. How do I know that? Because Cliff told me.
Hello everyone, really happy to have you folks here to explore Akaka Falls with us.
Yeah. Cliff, did you grow up in Hilo your whole life?
Yeah, so I'm actually from like 2 land divisions down from here, probably like maybe a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
We used to kind of visit this part of the island pretty heavily when I was young, so.
Wait, by land divisions, do you mean like ahupuas?
Yeah, so the ahupua system is how we describe the land division. It goes from like the top of the mountain all the way out to the edge of the coral reef. And that's something that we still use today just to make sure we know what resources are in a certain amount of area.
Is there like ever like fishes in here that like swims in the stream?
There's like, we have native fish that live up in the river, the oopu.
Is that the goby ones that jump?
It looks like them, yeah, and they sit at the bottom.
Yes, and then they like climb up and like they have like a flat like tummy in the center. I like fishes, that's why. So that's how I know that.
No, that's the fish that are over here. There's also different types of prawns and shrimps that live in the different streams, and we also have a freshwater snail that we can eat called the hihiwai. It's like an opihi. You know opihi, right?
Yes.
It's like a river opihi. I don't know if you ever had it, but
I've never had that.
yeah, it's super good.
Do you know how he got his name? Speaking of names, Akaka got his name.
Supposedly, it's named after this chief. His name is Akaka, and he jumped off of that cliff into the ocean over there.
We're about to go see.
Yeah, he had a wife, and she went over to hang out with her family, and he went to go see his lady friend, another lady friend. So he went to go hang out with her, and then the other one came. His wife came home, and he like ran to his other lady friend on the other side. When he eventually kind of like got busted, he felt super guilty and launched off the waterfall.
I actually did not know where that story was going, but I'm glad it went there, because if there's any man out there listening to this, if you're cheating on your wife, jump off a cliff. And maybe we'll name a cliff after you. Who knows?
So right around this corner, we're gonna see the Akaka Falls right here.
Oh my
Yeah, you can get a better view kind of right over here.
Doesn't end. Like this all year out? Like, is there ever like a drought?
Yeah, it usually flows all year long. But if you see, like, there's that stone kind of in the middle that kind of cuts the river. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a rock right in the middle, kind of on the top. Like, and then there's like this little waterfall over here. And this, I think the cliff has a name, and the waterfall is Akaka who jumped off the cliff. So before in the story, it was just the cliff, but when he jumped,
It became Akaka.
yeah, the water came. And it's this mist too is something that is celebrated about this place. It's not just the waterfall, it's also this mist that kind of comes up along the cliffside.
It almost looks like heaven, like
Yeah.
it's like cloud-ish almost.
Yeah. You know what's cool is when we visit these kind of special places, it's not just about one thing, like the waterfall. It's the waterfall and the mist and the cliff and the trees and even the sunlight, like we were talking about earlier, that hits the cliffside in a certain way. Like everything about the experience is really kind of celebrated, which is it's a unique thing, I think.
Yeah, I'm getting like chicken skin just like listening to that. Wait, so when the legend Akaka fell, like how far did he fall? Like how long do you think this is?
This one is actually 442 feet, and it's twice the height of Niagara Falls.
I've never been there, but next time I see it, I'm gonna be like, I've seen a bigger fall than this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is actually so like, not to be dramatic, but like actually like I feel so like healed like coming in here, and I feel so much closer to like Hawaii.
Yeah, we're lucky.
I don't know, I just feel like I feel like such mana like being around here. Like even with like all the natures and like all these like invasive and native plants around us.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of invasives over here, but you know, if you take the time to really look and see what's along the walls, you can start to see some native plants. You see things like the ulu or things like the hala.
Yeah.
You can see even some kamani in the distance and
the tea.
And the tea leaf.
Are Ofra Cookies like local?
I know they're used for a long time. The ginger, I know they use it for
hair.
hygiene and things like that.
Because my shampoo has avapuhi in it.
Yeah. I don't know which exactly these gingers, if they're native varieties or not, but like I said, it's if we just take the time to see past what's just in front of our face and look kind of deeper into what's going on, we start to see the real beauty in the native landscape.
Yeah.
I guess it's like for you, you were saying you have a place similar to this at home, and for me, having this as like my home and my connection, it kind of grounds me into whenever I leave or even when I go to like another part of the island. This is the side of the island I'm from, and the water that comes out of this waterfall, it goes onto the ocean that I spend a lot of time in. So it just, I don't know, makes me feel very kind of centered to be here.
Yeah, for sure. Like you are Hawaii.
Yeah.
You're like, you know, you're not just Hawaiian, but you embody Hawaii because like you watch it like fall and then you go and swim on it like in a couple of days. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I really feel like being Hawaiian is, I'm not Hawaiian obviously, but like being Hawaiian is so much more than like blood and stuff like that. And I feel like you guys are such like spiritual people. And I've always seen you guys as like spiritual beings. I think it's just because I grew up with so many like Hawaiian Kanaka friends, and like y'all are just different. I feel like
thank
just
you.
how you guys are raised and how you guys interact with people. It's like, I don't know, it makes me want to be better too. And like my like just like also like coming in here and like as a gay boy from the Philippines and like being nurtured with like all the titas and like aunties like who never really like made me feel shame for like being a second gender. And like it was Hawaiian people that made me realize like the beauty of being mahu and like being gay. And it was like, you know, and like when I would get bullied in school, it was like all like my baby girls like behind my back being like, what the fuck are you calling Bretman a mahu? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I feel like even when I accepted like my speech for MTV, like I always make sure that I mention like my Pacific Islander people because y'all raised me.
Yeah, that's powerful. When you talk like that, like we were raised by this.
Yes.
So kind of this is like your like even more higher tutu.
Yes.
That, you know, so we're all kind of children of the same family, you know.
Oh my God, Cliff, it's starting to rain. My hair's getting wet, girl.
Well, let's go over there. There's shade for us. Yeah, so there's like a bamboo forest over here and some other shaded banyan trees and stuff.
Is the waterfall in your area like cuter than this? You can say yes.
I mean, no, I mean, yeah, it's like cuter.
I can't believe this is real. Like, hello, you beautiful. Cliff, what does Earth Day mean to you?
Earth Day is every day for me.
Period.
But I guess for this special one, it's more about trying to celebrate the connection of human to Earth. And
speaking of people in Earth, something that I wanted to talk to you about is like, because I feel like this piece really like allows people to kind of like, or want them to explore more out in the universe, or like maybe in their backyards, as we said. But also like, there are going to be people that sees this piece and would want to travel here. And I think I kind of wanted you to speak about like responsible traveling, and like obviously it's not just like a Hawaii thing, but it's a lot of like native lands that people travel to and tend to forget that it's their land.
yeah. When people visit, sometimes maybe it's more about getting something versus giving something. Like I like to believe that everyone has a connection to somewhere,
Yes.
no matter where it is. And you can bring that with you when you travel and visit and have it in a way that's not like expecting like I need to be in the front of the line to get the picture. I need to get, you know, my beach time and move. Like something that I always blown away by is when you're at the beach and you're like looking at the ocean and someone goes right in front of you and sits there, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not, again, but that's the human. There are people who are trying to appreciate this place, and also they want to take care of it. It's like not ownership, you know? Like
For sure.
the only thing I feel we own here is the stewardship of it. And yeah, I hope people can participate in that, and when they come and explore, they're also able to know that there's work to be done.
For sure.
And they should jump in.
And there's so much more work to be done as well. And I feel like, what would you say is like an advice to like people who like would travel? Like what is responsible traveling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the authority on it for sure. I just appreciate when people come and they honor not just the picture or the excursion, but they honor the people.
The people.
And they honor the culture. And I think once we start honoring those things, the places we visit, it's gonna really open up way more stewardship opportunities.
For sure, because I feel like the note here is like, we're not saying like, oh, don't travel here. I think it's more or less like, when you do come here, like just know that there's native people that lived here for ever since the beginning of time. And like really the only way to show respect is like to show respect to its people. If like Kanakas tell you don't go somewhere, don't. Obviously, I think a part of it also is like just giving back. Like it truly is not that hard to support like local businesses. And like I think people tend to forget, like, because I get it, like you're on vacation, but also like keep in mind like you're in someone's home. Like take your shoes off.
Yeah.
And I realize that not a lot of people take off their shoes when you enter their homes. Take your shoes off. Leave your pride at the door.
It's one of those things when people come, they're like, the whole goal is to get us more connected to the environment and to nature. Sometimes that can be hard.
For sure.
But there's people who have been doing it, like you said, for so long. Why not just kind of get that flow going? It's just easier, you know?
And like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when like tourists come and say like they feel the aloha spirit, but I'm just like, to truly feel and like comprehend what aloha spirit is, it's more like what you like, just to reiterate what you said, it's more than just the nice beaches and like the hikes that we have. Like the true aloha spirit is the people that lives here. And like you, like it's one thing to connect with nature, but it's another to like truly connect with the people that like lives here for generations, girl. Once again, mahalo and thank you so much to YouTube for making all of this happen. To make sure you maintain our non-fungible planet, YouTube is donating to local NGOs across the globe that will help preserve these one-of-a-kind destinations. To learn more about the organization and what you could do to help, please check the link in the descriptions down below. Happy Earth Day! Aloha!